and welcome to Advertising Champions, your go-to destination for insights into the dynamic world of advertising. I'm your host, Tony Stanol, and today we're talking with Pete Carter of Creative Haystack. Welcome, Pete.
Hi, Tony. Good to see you.
Now, you have an illustrious long career at Procter & Gamble, and you say you're retired, you're still active, but doing something completely different. Give us a couple of the beats of your highlights of the Procter experience, and then we'll get into Creative Haystack.
Yeah, at Procter, I worked there. I call it the little soap company on the river. I worked there for about 41 years. And during that time, I had two main pieces of my career. I worked as a brand person for about 10 years, working around the upper part of the body, hair, hands, and pits, as I like to call it. And then I moved to a specialty group within P&G, which is a group of in-house consultants on positioning, advertising, and equity. And we kind of, we're spread out around the world. I had about, in my last job, in the last 12 years, I guess, I was the head of this group of about 50 people who help the brands at P&G to get better advertising, whether it through their strategic approach, working with the agencies, or through a production process and getting better pictures and words and production quality.
Gotcha. And so that must have made you super familiar with the agency world and certainly your roster agencies.
It did. It was interesting because towards the end of my career, I was noticing that there were a lot of brands that wanted to go off roster and find agencies to do specialty projects. And as part of that, I thought, they're making decisions based on, well, my Uncle Bill has an agency that does this, that they'd probably be the right ones for that. And in most cases, they weren't. So I embarked on a mission to find new agencies. And over the course of 3 years doing that, I probably looked at over 500, visited about 200, either virtually or in person, and then added to that over the course of the last few years. So I've essentially visited about 300 agencies, gotten to know the people, seen where they live, how they work. I like to see the animals in their native habitat, and that gives you a good sense of who they are.
Right. Now, take us to Creative Haystack and what you do there. There are like three components to your services, or it's evolved over time.
Yeah, it started as an agency search business. And notice I call it a search business, not a pitch business, because I'm a firm believer in no pitch, no money. It shouldn't cost the agency anything. Okay. And if you have someone who has filtered agencies, then you can really find a way to cut the process down from time and money. The second piece of it has been a competitive positioning work, because I worked on P&G's 60 brands around the world. I learned a lot about competitive positioning. So that's a big piece of my business. And then lastly, advertising campaign development. I've helped a few clients actually develop new advertising campaigns to move forward based on the positioning work that we've settled on.
Well, I think you're probably hearing a lot of virtual applause from the audience about the, no cost to the agency. Pitches shouldn't be rigorous and a hardship. So thank you for doing God's work, and tell us where we could find Creative Haystack.
Yeah, you can find us at creativehaystack.com. Us,
Hmm.
meaning me. I'm the whole thing. So
Okay.
I do this in my part time when I'm not babysitting grandkids, and
Wow.
that's the easy place. I have a phone number. I'm a boomer, so I answer the phone even when I don't know who it is that's calling.
Uh-oh.
So that's how you reach me.
Very good, Pete. Well, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Tony. Take care.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of Advertising Champions. You can find more of our episodes at dailynewsnetwork.com. And we'll see you next time.
We've been around for 16 years, working with clients, with thousands of clients. We're working with agencies to be able to scale them and grow them and provide them services that would cost them way more than it would for them to do it themselves. Anything oriented around lead generation, video creation, web design, we're full service, so we can really serve most people.